YouTube. This is your high-tech redneck on a somber evening for me, but at the same time joyous. I am on my way to the Dallas Metroplex area in Texas for a celebration ceremony of my grandfather's life. My grandfather passed away in his sleep, and he was quite ready to go. He was in a lot of pain, so I rejoice for him that he's no longer hurting, and he was ready to go. He was telling my mom, I'm ready for this to happen. And now there is no more pain. Of course, we're gonna miss him, And so tonight, I just been riding on my way down the interstate. I tell you what, I enjoy riding at night. I get to think and relax a little bit. There's less traffic out on the road. Of course, right now I'm in a city out here, so I got a little bit of traffic, but I'm in Colorado City. It's in between Midland and Sweetwater somewhere. But anyway, I've just been thinking about my grandfather's life. I tell you what, he was a cool man. There was man, he had so many cool stories. He's the only person I know who knocked the horn off of a bull with a 2x4. The bull was, or it was a cow or something, but it had horns, or it was a bull, I don't know. But I remember as a kid, he telling me that story of how there was this mean bull or cow they had on the farm when he was growing up. And anyway, he had forgot that they had moved it into a different pasture, that he had been working on a barn anyway, and was walking back to the house and just happened to have a 2x4 in his hand, and he heard the animal coming up behind him charging. And so he turned around and waited for it to get there, and jumped over to the side and swung that 2x4 at the same time. He said, I knocked that horn plumb off. And then as a cow or bull, whatever it was, spun around, he said it began to hurt him. And so they decided that he wasn't worth messing with, and walked away with the horn broken off. Ain't that something else? But man, I've just been thinking of the stories like that. He used to tell us different things. You just be sitting there talking, and he'd come up with a story like that. But anyway, I think about my granddaddy, and man, I can't ever remember a time I was ever mad at him, and I'm sure it happened. I mean, I lived with him for a while. But I can't ever remember the whole night. I haven't been able to remember one time I was ever mad at my granddaddy. Now, I know there were times he was mad at me, but being a kid growing up doing stupid things. But I can't ever remember being mad at him. He was a Dallas policeman, retired, badge number 911. that's a cool deal. Not even just that it's 911 like the 911 system we have, but just the number of badges that Dallas Police Department's up to now, and he was number 911. And he was off duty when Kennedy got shot. So he knew who Jack Ruby was. You know, just lots of interesting things. He was in the Merchant Marines in World War II. And at some point, he did a stint in the Army there. Did a little time in the oil field on a drilling rig. You know, it's kind of funny to hear all the things my granddaddy did. I mean, he did a lot of different things in life. But I do remember this, that he was always a man of character. And, you know, you felt a lot of love from him, but he was also a very strong man. You know? Well, Dallas policeman, you have to be. You know, he told me a story about DPD one time about there was a nightclub out there that they got a call from one of his officers needing help, and they went out there, and as they were rolling up to the nightclub, they got out and were running in, and there was a ramp out front of this thing. They said as they were coming up that ramp, his officer got thrown out through the doors and they caught his officer. I thought that was pretty funny. But anyway, I'm just taking this as a night to reflect, you know, on my relationship with him, and if I can be half the man he was by the time I die, man, that'd be awesome. But I tell you what, riding at night out like this, man, it's just relaxing, and I've been able to think and enjoy this time. I'm not sad. I feel kind of incomplete. I miss my granddaddy. I was thankful my brother and I got to fly out and visit with him before he got really bad. I mean, my mom called us and told us that if, you know, he's doesn't have much time left. And my brother is a pilot, and he flew us out to visit with him. That was nice, and it sure was cool that this last summer he got to come with my aunt and uncle and cousin out to my house in far west Texas, and we got to drive down through the Big Bend, and he really enjoyed that, and got to stay at my house where we live, and we have 10 acres of heaven out there outside of Fort Davis, Texas. And I was really thankful for that time with my granddad. But you know what? He's with my grandmother now. He's with the good Lord. And he's happy. He's rejoicing. And so as I go to this funeral, I'm not sad. I miss him, but I'm not sad. I'm happy for him. I'm going to call this a celebration of his life ceremony. Because there's nothing to be sad about in this deal. And he knew exactly where he was going. My grandmother preceded him to death not that long ago. And so now he's going to be reunited with her. What a great thing. So I've just been out here riding along, looking at these windmills. That's what all these red flashing lights are, if you see them. We got a lot of wind power out here. So there's wind farms out this way, generating power. And I've been watching the lightning from this thunderstorm off to the north east of me. That's been very relaxing. I'm going to stay the night up here in Abilene, Texas. And then I think I'll make my way around the north end of Dallas, outside rush hour, both morning and evening. I'm going to avoid that like the plague. I don't much like riding in the city. I'm just trying to get used to it before I take my wife on a long trip. But anyway, YouTube, this is your high-tech redneck, and I hope you've enjoyed my thoughts. I'm sorry I don't really have much else to share with you. I've just been reflecting on my granddaddy's life, you know, and trying to reflect on mine a little bit too at the same time. So I hope all of you had the same relationship I had with my grandparents. It was wonderful on both sides of my family, my father and my mother. You know, I wish that relationship for everybody. Once people are gone, man, you can't get it back. You can never get that time back. So just remember that. So anyway, I hope the video turned out a little bit. I figured I'd try my Sony action cam at night. I've not tried it. So I got this video running in 1080p. I think it's 30 frames a second or something, I don't know. For all you tech folks out here, I call myself the high-tech redneck, but I'm still learning, so. But anyway, thank you for tuning in to my channel, and I hope you like the videos and subscribe, and you know, hopefully pretty soon I'll do some reviews of equipment and things like that. I'll give you some good ride videos in the daylight of some mountains or twisties and all that kind of good stuff. But until then, everybody, y'all be blessed and be safe out there, and keep the two wheels down. We'll talk to you later. Bye.